Relationships, love. Many modern men are seeking these long-term relationships with women, and they are not finding what they are looking for. This is because people today have been tricked into thinking love is something that it is not. Relationships are not about attachment, at least for men. They are not. Most men and women grew up hearing things like, find the one, or look for your equal. This is the most ridiculous thing ever said in human history. Your grandparents were not a perfect match, nor were they equal. Your great-grandparents may not have even been born in the same decade, but they still found a way to get together and stay together. Society is programming every last one of you to fail. They do this by making men think like women and women think like men. In this video, we will cover why relationships no longer work and why men must learn to love differently than they were told to. If you tell a woman that only 14% of the male population is over 6 feet tall, she will respond by saying, "That's a high number," and proceed to chase these men. But nobody would get on an airplane if they knew it only had a 14% chance of landing safely. Imagine if someone told you that you should go out and find 100 people who were born in the same year as you. You would probably think that's very easy to do. Now, what if they said to find 100 people born in the same month as you? More difficult, right? Now imagine how much longer it would take to find 100 people born on the same day as you. This is basically what it's like to look for your equal. These ridiculous standards for relationships have made women virtually unattainable for most men. And these men in turn are stuck chasing a situation that they will never find. Now let's say you are one of the perceived lucky men, and you don't have an issue finding a girlfriend. Now you face the issue of whether or not you will be able to keep the relationship. You cannot keep a woman you love if you are ridiculously attached to her. The advice that society gives men on how to love in relationships is horrendous to healthy relationships. Society has produced a generation of men who are attached to the idea of having a faithful, loving relationship, as if the relationship is the end goal now, rather than being a side benefit of becoming a man like it was in the past. Here's the thing: attachment is a natural part of love, yet learning to live without it is crucial for maintaining peace and serenity in relationships. Without the ability to love without attachment, one may resort to controlling behaviors or endure emotional turbulence. Loving without attachment allows for genuine connections with those who freely reciprocate affection, fostering healthier relationships. One of the comparisons that stood the test of time is that men are like dogs and women are like cats. Even though we have all heard this a million times, we as men still ignore it and chose to listen to society instead. Make no mistake, women don't just say men are dogs like a joke. They understand this concept and they learned how to win the game. Just like you can train a dog, many men have been trained by women to completely go against their own nature. An effective way to love without attachment is to understand that women are like cats. Cats come and go as they please, offering affection on their terms. Similarly, loving without attachment means allowing people the freedom to choose when to engage and when to withdraw. Just as forcibly, picking up a reluctant cat can lead to scratches, attempting to control affection in relationships can cause harm. By observing the independent nature of cats, one can understand the beauty of allowing love to flow freely, without expectations. What happens if a cat doesn't want to be touched? They scratch you. What happens if you pay them no attention? Eventually, they come to you and basically demand your attention. I know what you must be thinking. Women aren't cats. You can either adopt a cat or buy a cat, so how do you get a woman? This is where you have to think of women like the cats in a neighborhood. Imagine every day you put milk outside your door for the cat to drink. This is a mutual bond where you exchange something. You have to draw the cat to you. When the cat is present, it's a delightful moment shared. When it's gone, there should be no attachment or worry. This serves as a metaphor for human relationships, emphasizing the importance of not clinging to women, but instead appreciating their presence when they choose to be around. I know what you must be thinking now. What if the cat is drinking someone else's milk? This is where you need to remind yourself of the fundamental reality that she is not your cat. You don't own her. She belongs to the neighborhood. If the cat decides that you have the best milk and she keeps coming back, then bravo. But you cannot force control onto her, just as you cannot force control onto a woman. Love her without being attached to her. Understanding the difference between love and ownership is essential. Viewing relationships through the lens of ownership can lead to emotional bondage, which is almost like the mindset of slavery. Recognizing that individuals, like the neighborhood cat, belong to no one but themselves, promotes healthier relationship dynamics. Love flourishes when it's given freely, without expectations of ownership or control. Have you ever wondered why women avoid clingy men or men that seek out relationships? You may think that women are stupid because they chase the men that don't want relationships, but in reality, they are way smarter than you. Make no mistake, men that cannot love without attachment are dangerous. When a man loves something, like a job, career, this means that he will protect it, but it doesn't mean that he can't live without it. When a man is attached to something, this tends to mean that he will make sure that nothing can harm it by any means necessary. These are the men who say things like, "If I can't have you, nobody can." And this is a woman's greatest nightmare. Attachment is very different than love. These are the men that hit women because they try to leave. Women have an innate desire to feel safe. She will choose safety over everything, over love, over loyalty, over morals. Don't listen to women's words, watch their actions. This is why they will choose the muscular drug dealer over the guy throwing rocks at her window. The reason many men have become like these obsessive attachment chasers are because they listened to what women said over the years. They didn't realize, however, that women were not telling all men to be more this or to be more that. They were telling the men that they were attracted to that they should be more attached, the men who paid them no mind in the past. However, beta males heard the call and have made it worse for everyone. Men who love without becoming attached are often a safer relationship choice for women because they respect boundaries and prioritize mutual happiness. When someone loves without attachment, they allow their partner to be themselves without trying to control or possess them. This creates a healthier and more secure environment where both individuals can grow and thrive. For example, imagine Sarah and Alex are in a relationship. Alex loves Sarah deeply, but doesn't demand all of her time and attention. He encourages her to pursue her interests and spend time with friends without feeling threatened or insecure. Sarah feels safe and valued in the relationship because Alex respects her autonomy and trusts her decisions. On the other hand, if Alex were to become obsessive and controlling, constantly monitoring Sarah's activities and demanding her exclusive attention, the relationship would feel suffocating and unhealthy. Sarah might feel trapped and restricted, leading to tension and resentment between them. In this scenario, loving without attachment would have provided a safer and more fulfilling experience for Sarah. Make no mistake, to aspire to greater achievements and reach unprecedented heights in life, kindly consider endorsing this video by giving it a thumbs up, sharing it with a trusted companion, and subscribing to our channel. Your support is greatly appreciated.